Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel code2cash.in. In this video, we'll have a look at the summary variables in Salesforce CPQ and how we can use summary variables inside product rules. I'll take an example of validation product rule. Okay, so let's say we are the consulting company and we are providing dev service as well as the QA service to the client. We are charging $200 per hour for our dev service and $160 per hour for our QA service. And as we want to focus more on the dev side, we have the business rule, that is number of QA service must not be greater than the number of dev service. So let's go to the Salesforce CPQ. So here is the product setup we are having, that is SMQA service with product code SMQA and SMDev service with the product code SMDev. Now to accomplish this business rule, that is number of QA service must not be greater than the number of dev service, we have the validation product rule. So here if we see, we are having the product rule that is of type validation, and if the condition is true, we are going to have this message, that is number of QA service should be less than or equal to number of dev service. So let's go to the error condition we are having, and the condition is we are having the tested variable, that is the summary variable, which is number of QA service if it is greater than the number of dev service. Again, this is the summary variable. If this condition is true, then we are going to fire this validation rule. So now let's go and check what is there inside this summary variable, number of dev service. So here first we are checking if my code line is having product code that is SMDev, right? Then we are taking the quantity, and we are doing this for all the code lines in the code, and we are taking the sum of that. So we will be having the total SMDev quantity inside our code, and the same way we are having the number of QA service, right, where we are filtering based on product code which is SMQA. So these two are the summary variables we are having, which is giving us the sum of total number of products in number of QA service, the total number of QA service we are having in the code, and in number of dev service, total number of dev service we are having on the code. And on the error condition, we are just checking if my total number of QA service, if it is greater than the total number of dev service, then we are going to fire this validation product rule. So now let's go to the product, the code itself, right? So this is the sample code. Let me refresh this page. So in this code we have three code lines. One is for SMDev and two for SMQA. For now, if we see the number quantity of SMDev, that is 17, and the quantity of SMQA, that is total number of quantity, is 16. So SMDev quantity is greater than the SMQA quantity, so we are good. But now let's say we are having the total quantity of SMDev, that is 15, right? So in this case the validation product rule should get fired. So now let's try to quick save this code. So if we see, we are having that validation product rule which is fired, that is number of QA service should not be more than the number of dev service, right? Now let's try to change the quantity of SMQA. Let's try to change it to 1, and now let's try to quick save this code. So now we are able to save this code, right? Because we are having total number of SMQA, that is 15, and total number of SMDev, that is 15. So SMQA is not greater than the SMDev, right? So this was about the summary variables, the product rules we are having, validation product rule, and how we can use these summary variables inside the product rules. Thank you.